Welcome to Eric Blackmon Music. Hi, and welcome to Eric Blackmon Guitar. In this lesson, we're going to talk about why power chords are so effective. The guitar is tuned standard E-A-D-G-B-E. And the first question we want to ask is, what is a power chord? Well, there's two types of power chords that I use. One is a fifth, and the other is a fourth. And they're both the same thing. And I'll show that to you in just a moment. First, let's talk about the fifth power chord, which is played this way. If we start with a traditional G chord like this, the notes in that chord are G, B, and D. Now, in order to make a power chord, we want to remove the middle note, which is the B. So we'll wind up with a G, and that's here at fret 3 on the low E string, and the D at fret 5 on the A string. So that's our power chord. Now when you add distortion to that, or overdrive, whichever one you have, it brings a whole new dimension to that chord. It's going to sound like this. So it went from this to this. Okay, now that's power. Now, what we've got here is 1 and 5, and we call that a fifth. Now, a power chord will agree with any type of chord. I kind of like to call it the butt kisser chord, because you know how it is with a butt kisser. They'll agree with anyone, you know, just to get along with them. So a power chord will agree with any other chord, no matter what the chord name is. Okay, suppose I play a G chord. Here's my power chord. If I play a D chord, here's my power chord. And that's called a D5. That's at fret 5 on the A string and fret 7 on the D string, played together. Let's play a D minor 7 chord. And here's a D5. Here's a D ninth. Here's a D5. An E major 9. An E5. So any chord we play, a power chord will agree with it. And why is that?
Why, Eric? Why?
The reason for that is the note in the center of the chord, or the middle note, always decides whether the chord is major, minor, suspended 2, or suspended 4, or whatever. Though that middle note decides what type of chord it is. Okay, if we've got 1 and we've got 5, if we add a note to the center of that, say we're doing a D chord, we've got D, F sharp, and A. Okay, we take out the F sharp, which is the center note. We got a power chord. So all you need to do to get a chord to agree with any other chord is use the 1 and the 5 note of that chord, and it'll work with anything that you play. Now here's an example of how we can substitute power chords for regular chords. We're going to play G, C, and D. So if we play G, C, and D in this way, we could change that to a G power chord, a C power chord, and a D power chord. And it'll sound like this. And if we add distortion, rock and roll. Now let's talk about the other power chord, which is a fourth chord. Now how do we get a fourth? We take the 1 and 5 of the chord. This is G, this is D, and we're going to move that G down to here. So now we've got a fourth. See, when we talk about 1 and 5, we're talking about G, A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Okay, when we go here, the order is changed, but the notes are the same. We got a D on top now. D, E, F, G. Only 4 notes between here and here. And here's what a G power chord sounds like when you play it as a fourth. Now here's the fifth. Same thing. Now here's a popular song that uses fourths. I'm sure you've heard that one before. That's Smoke on the Water. This song uses the open D and G string, same strings played at fret 3, 5, open, 3, 6, 5, open, 3, 5, 3, open. Now, who gets credit for inventing the fifth chord? Well, current history has Link Wray as the inventor of the power chord. Link Wray was a 50s guitar player who came up with the tune Rumble back in the 50s. And it went something like this. And that tune caused quite a stir back in the 50s. Well, folks, that's my story on power chords. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day.